All right, folks, here we go. We are in Frederic here tonight. Different scenario as we are going with the starting lineup for Grantsburg. Number 4, Sayla Krasinski. Number 7, Megan Harmon. Number 9, Piper Olson. Number 13, Ruby Ringo. Number 22, Aaliyah Henderson. And we got Nora Bielen, number 28, and the libero, Eden Bergman. It is Grantsburg versus Frederic in Frederic here tonight. And now we're going to get to the starting lineup here for Frederic Vikings. Number 3, Kenna Chanel. Number 5, Lydia Wons. Number 6, Maggie Wooten. Number 7, Kaylin Rommel. Number 8, Jada Nick. Oh, I missed that one there. So we got Burnett. And I got to see a number there. Number 12, Gabby Denver. So yeah, here we are, Grantsburg in Frederic tonight. You folks, those of you that listened before, you heard me say it 100 times. Like I said, a little bit different here tonight. We're right behind the table here. We got the mic on the bench here. You're going to be able to hear everything, but definitely love being here in Frederic, doing a lot of announcing. And obviously, you'll see the coaches here for Grantsburg, Deb Alma Johnson, along with her coaching staff. And then on the Frederic side, the man that I got a lot of respect for, who has shown up for success here tonight in his suit, dressed to give it all he's got here, as Bree Jensen did not participate in dress up, so we're going to kind of talk to her later as far as team unity there. But Rob is definitely looking sharp here on a Thursday night, October 16th, as Grantsburg up against Frederic, and Frederic will get the ball going here as number 3, Kenna Chanel, will get us started off with the serves. Kenna over. Krasinski, Harmon. Now going on the outside to Olson. Olson fired one over. Gabby's right there, and they're going to say we're netting right away. They're going to say Frederick's netting right away here. So the ball will now go on Grantsburg side, where Aaliyah Henderson will be back to serve. Over she goes. Nick. Now Gabby coming over on this side. Fournette hits one over. Henderson, Harmon's got to go get it. Now going top side of Krasinski. Krasinski able to get him to tip at the line. Now Chanel coming right over here to Nick. Nick pushes one over. Collision. We have ourselves a collision on the Grantsburg side between Bielen and Henderson. And now number 6, Maggie Wooten, will get us going. She sends a good one over. Berkman. Good pass up to Harmon. Harmon going on the outside to Ringo. And Ringo with kind of a slow put down. That is effective, as Frederic hitting it out of bounds. Now Krasinski will be back to serve it here for Grantsburg. Krasinski sending one. Fournette right there. Chanel's got to hunt it down. Now here comes Ramos. She gets it over. Krasinski going backside with it. And Frederic knotting it up 2 apiece, as we will see number 13, Estelle Chanel, coming in. As we will see Piper Olson go out and Kowalik will come in. So Jada Nick back at the serving station. Nick sending one. Harmon feeding him at the net there. Onus was right there. Onus could have got fed a good one. Now blocked at the net by Frederic. Onus put one back against Grantsburg. Now here comes Krasinski going backside to Berkman. Berkman firing one over. Nick's right there. Now Chanel coming in on the near side to Chanel. Chanel to Chanel. Now here comes Ruby popping it backside to Berkman. Berkman floating one. Chanel now up to Rommel. Rommel, who does she want? Onus. And Onus not able to hit one over the net. She may have been feeling the thunder steps from Ruby Ringo there. And either way, Moore will come in to serve it here for Grantsburg, and we'll see Presley Olson as well. Nothing new here on Grantsburg with the rotation. Them two have been joined at the hip on substitutions here the back half of this season. Moore with the whistle. Sends a good one over. Oh, and a confusion there between Onus and Fournette. As we do have some of the Caleb choir here at Frederic here cheering on Grantsburg. Moore has the call, sends one over. Nick going sideways shank. Nick going shankopotamus on us here, firing one over here to the Frederic bench. Now Grantsburg sitting up on top, 5-2 here right now. Moore has the whistle, sending one over. Nick backpedaling, now Chanel going in on the outside of Rommel with the left hand, and that is out of bounds. Rommel going southpaw over there on the far side. Well, I guess near side to you, far side to us, so near side to you. Rommel will come out as 15. Gingras will come in here to serve. Gingras will come in to serve. She has the ball right now and she has a whistle. Sends one over. Brzezinski up to Moore. Moore coming on the far side to Ringo. And Ringo will put one down on the box that rocks for points, and Grantsburg will get the ball back as we now sit 6-3. Berkman has the whistle. Sends a good one over. Nick up to Gingras. Now coming in on the far side to Hansen, who snuck in on us here, or Nelson, I'm sorry. Bielen, now Fournette. Now here comes Gingras over here to Chanel. Chanel fires one over. Berkman's right there. Moore, who does she want? She's coming far side. Olsen. Olsen blocked at the net there by Chanel. Grantsburg keeps it going. Now Bielen just fires an old hand over. Good dive there by Fournette. Able to put one over. Now Brzezinski. Grantsburg's got to hit it over. Frederick's going to get one to work with here. Now here comes Gingras. Coming in on the near far side to Chanel. Good pop up there by Berkman. Now coming over to Olsen. Olsen! Is Gingras able to pop one up. Nelson, who does she want? Chanel. We got ourselves a good volley here. Good pass there by Berkman. Fournette sneaking up there and hitting it. Gingras, who does she want? Chanel on the outside. Chanel with the smack, but Berkman's right there. Now here comes Bielen on the near side. Fournette with another dig. Dig. Now who do we want here? Chanel. Oh! And Estelle Chanel. Estelle Chanel hits it there, but Frederic putting on a display of volley, and Grantsburg dig by the liberos, and here comes Berkman. She has a whistle. She's going to send one over. Fournette right there. A little trouble at the net. Blocked there by Henderson. Henderson with the putback. Now here comes Moore. Going middle to Henderson. Floats it. Oh! And we almost had ourselves a collision. Thought Chanel and Gingras were going to collide there. Berkman will keep it going as Grantsburg building up to an 8-3 lead here. Sends one. Nick, flat tired at Gingras, popping it up. Here comes Nelson. Nelson with the swing. Now Moore. Moore going in on the near side to Bielen. Bielen. Nick going to the camo night. It's hunting night here for Net. Good hustle there. We've seen Nick kind of going flat tire on it here. We get her popped up in the air. Fournette with the good hustle. Berkman floats one. Fournette up to Gingras. Now going in on the near side to Onus. Onus getting a piece of it. Brzezinski's right there. Now here comes Moore. Who does Moore want? Henderson hits it over. Gingras to Nelson. Nelson. Chanel's got to go mid-range with it. Brzezinski now up to Moore. Now coming in on the far side to Presley Olsen. And Presley Olsen, who has been hitting good there all season. How you folks doing tonight? As timeout is called by the man with style, Rob Lilhog. And Frederic will talk it over as they had a good run there on the old volley back and forth here, but a couple swings in the nets, that's going to do it to you. Grantsburg playing good, solid ball movement themselves, able to dig it out of the back. And like I said, both these teams wrapping up the conference play here tonight, and they will be in playoff mode as Frederic will be here next Thursday, hosting against Solon, and Grantsburg will be at home. Not 100% sure. I can't remember who they play. But like I said, playoff mode here for both teams next Thursday. They get a bye Tuesday night, and then they're going to roll with it here on Thursday. Obviously, we will be coming to you live from Grantsburg, where we will put myself and Nick and Bob Rombach back in the mezz at least one more time. As Grantsburg's on the floor, here comes Frederic right now. And Berkman will continue the serving as we are sitting at 10-3. 10-3, Grantsburg on top. Woman on the ladder is now given the whistle. Berkman sending one. Frenette. Now Gingras calls for it. Now here comes Nelson on the far side and right in the net. Yeah, you'll hear the hockey chant right there. Frederic's got to get it up over here. They've hit a few in the net, giving it to Grantsburg. Now Berkman moving around on the back there. Frenette, good pop up to Gingras. Now here comes Chanel. Estelle blocked there, right there. Able to get it over. Frederic just going fisty-fisties. Now here comes Olsen on the far side, and that is out. Frederic will get the ball back as Olsen with the swing as we see Onus come out and Wooten come in. And it will be Frenette sending one over. Berkman now to Moore. Moore going on the near side to Henderson. Frederic's got one here. Good hit there by Chanel. Met at the net. Now coming in on the far side to Olsen. Olsen. And Frenette with the hustle, and Wooten gets it over. Nice job there by Frederic. Now Moore giving it right back to Henderson. There's a swing, but Gingras is right there with the one-hander. Now here comes Moore going in on the near side to Bielen. And Bielen put one down. You can't discredit the hustle there off of Frederic. They're just going uppercut. It doesn't matter how you do it as long as you get it over the net here, right? But good job there. Good hustle there by Frenette as Nora Bielen will have the ball to serve. As she sends one over. Wooten, who wants it? Gingras does. Now right back to Wooten. A little give and go. She's able to get it over, and Grantsburg able to power one over. Now here comes Gingras coming in over to Chanel. Chanel, is she under the net? No call. Now Moore going in on the near side of Przinski, and Przinski. Oh, and they're calling it outski. We got ourselves an out here. Yeah. Hometown line judges right here, right now. We see that all the way around. As Bielen comes out, as Destiny Patton will come in. And Gabby will be back to serve it here for Frederic. Gabby sending a good one over there. Henderson to Berkman. Now going far side of Przinski. Przinski met at the net there, able to recover. Now Moore going near or far side to Olsen, and that is, oh, we got ourselves a tip. The tip meter went up. The tip meter's up, and Frederic got a piece of it. And Grantsburg will get the ball back, sitting at a comfortable 13-5. As Moore and Presley come out, and Harmon and Piper Olsen come in. Harmon over. Wooten pops up. Gingras wants it right here. Going in on the near side to Nelson, and Nelson is heading to the locker room with that one. And we'll see Burton coming in for Piper. Piper in, Piper out. I mean, you just rotate, rotate, rotate. 14-5 here. Now Harmon sends one over. Frenette. Now Gingras. He just gives a two-hander over. Patton right there. Now Harmon going on the near side to Przinski. Przinski with the swing. Good hustle there by Frenette. Nice job there by Frenette. Frenette's got the hustle award here tonight as Gingras pops one up. Nick's right there. Now here comes Wooten. Wooten puts one over. Now here comes Berkman. Harmon, who does she want? Near side over to Przinski. Nix pops it right up. We barely get it over. Now here comes Harmon. Harmon going in on the near side of Przinski. Przinski met at the net. Now here comes Harmon going in on the far side to Henderson. And Henderson able to find the hardwood that's going to score you points here. As Leah going with a Star Wars hair figure here tonight, Princess Leia. As Grantsburg will have the ball, as Harmon will keep it going as we sit 15-5. Frenette pops up. Who wants it? Gingras. Who's going to get it? Nick fires one over. Under the net? No. Now here comes Harmon going right back over to Przinski. Met at the net there. Trickles through Wooten and Nelson. 16-5 now here in set one. Harmon over again. Nelson pops one up. Who's going to get it? Gingras has to go fight for it. Frenette gets it over. She does. Good play there by her. Now Harmon going into Burton. Burton with the swing. Gabby's right there to pop it up. Gingras, who does we want? Nick on the far side. Who's in the back as Patton and Berkman collide. And Frederic will get it back as Chanel and Rommel will come in. as we see Nelson and Gingras go out, and it will be in the hands of number 3, Kenna Chanel. 16-6, Chanel fires one over. Krasinski, here comes Harmon out of nowhere. Now going over to Burton. Burton has to hit one over, and that is in! Burton just hitting it over there, favoring her shoulder here early on, but able to just hit a point here where Frederic could not make the move on it. And now Lily Henderson will be back to send one over. Nick, good pop up to Chanel. Chanel now going right back to Jada. Nick, good hit there by Nick as Patton bringing it forward, and Przinski hits it over. Frenette popping it up to Chanel. Who do they want there? Nick hits one over, and no, it is out of bounds. Looking for the tip. No, nothing there. They're calling it out clean as Henderson's sitting on 18-6 here right now. Henderson sending one over. Gabby, now Chanel. Who's she going to go with here? Rommel with the southpaw. And Rommel able to put one over as Patton's not able to send one up to the net. Falls short there, and Frederic will get it back, sitting 18-7. As we see Frenette, who's had a hell of a display of hustle here. Onus will come in. As Wooten waiting for the whistle, doing her power smack move. Just give her the whistle. Give her the whistle, please. There it is. She's about smacked out there. Here we go. Sends a good one over. Patton going backside with it. Przinski's right there. Now Harmon sends one over. Frederic's going to get one to work with here. Chanel going in over to Rommel. Rommel floating one over. Harmon with a one-hander. Burton not able to dive and get it popped up in the air. So that's a couple good swings there by the southpaw Rommel. We now have Wooten there, getting in her routine. Heck of a good track athlete, and that's a good serve there by Wooten. Now here comes Harmon. Przinski takes a mid-range swing. Gabby, good pass up to Chanel. Chanel now coming right on the far side to Nick. Nick with a swing. Burton in right there. Now here we go, right over to Ringo. Ringo putting one down on the hardwood, and Grantsburg cruising here, 19-8. As we will now see Taylor Anderson and Nora Bielen come in. And we will see Taylor Anderson back to serve it here for Grantsburg. Anderson over. Gabby up to Chanel. Chanel, she wants to go mid-range to Rommel. Rommel, oh, and they're going to call her under the net. Yep. Rommel's had a good couple moves here, but she got him the bottom side under the net there, and Taylor will get another shot here. Taylor over. Gabby up to Chanel. Who does Chanel want this time? Going on the far side to Onus, and Onus into the net. That's a couple net shots there by Onus. Got to get it up and over. Anderson sending another one. Gabby up to Chanel. Now going in on the near side to Nick. Nick and Rommel going for it. Can they get it over here? No, they cannot. And we saw a couple of Frederic didn't know it was going out as Frenette was going for it. As Taylor Anderson sitting on a 22-8 here right now. Anderson, another good serve. Frenette. Here comes Chanel. Who does she want? Rommel. Rommel gets a piece of it, partially blocked at the net. Grantsburg's going to send one over. Meg with the two-hander. Now here comes Chanel over to Onus. Onus with the swing. She got a piece of it. But Ringo right there to put up the wall and send one back, as Anderson has a chance here to try to take the first set, needing a couple more points here against Frederic. Anderson over. Gabby. Now Nick. We got to send it over here. Onus does. Anderson, now Harmon. Who wants it? Burton goes and gets it. Ah! Do you want it? No. Do you want it? No. Communication is the key in any sport, as Frederic donut hold that one, as everybody stood around the campfire. And now here we set on set point, and Anderson going deep with it. So Anderson with a good run there, but now Frederic gets a chance here as Estelle Chanel comes in. Gabby goes out, and Nick will be back to serve it here for the Vikings. 24-9 now. Nick fires one. And Berkman. Might have been a little bit of confusion between Anderson and Berkman. Goes out of bounds, so Nick's going to get another shot at it here. Nick, float one over. Anderson pops up to Kwolek. Now going to Ringo, and Ringo will fire one into the net. So Frederic hanging in here now. 24-11. They got a steep hill to climb, but if Frederic can get some momentum going here, going into set 2. Over goes Nick. Anderson pops it up backwards. Harmon's right there. Kwolek's got to send it over. Frederick's going to get one to work with here. Chanel says, no way, but Anderson's cleaning up the back row. Now Berkman going in on the near side to Bjelland. And that will go off the hands of Onus, and that will do it here in set 1 as Grantsburg 25-11 over Frederic. But Frederic definitely showed something here is with their enthusiasm and hustle. But right, we're swinging into the net here. We got to clean that up. I think a lot of it has to do is Bree did not join the dress code tonight. Bree Jensen did not suit up just like Rob did. But we'll see how Frederic comes out in set 2. Right, Macarena. Let's talk about something here, what's going to go down this Saturday. The Frederic Viking football team, who has been outstanding here the last few games in Frederic and on the road. They will have a playoff game at home here this Saturday at 1 o'clock. All right, I'm not quite sure. Oh, it's Newman Catholic. Newman Catholic, all right, this Saturday at 1 o'clock. If you guys have not watched Frederic football or even Frederic 8-man football, it is impressive. They got a tough road ahead here, starting off with Newman Catholic. But the beauty part is they got ourselves a home game. That will be live streamed. I don't know if it'll be announced, but it will be live streamed. So if you're not at the game, you can definitely see it. So things for Grantsburg to kind of work on. We're kind of going backside with it. What I mean by that is kind of going towards the big screen here. So I mean, I'm not saying they did anything wrong. I mean, we saw some good action there by Grantsburg. We had a really, probably the longest volley we've had this season going on between Frederic and Grantsburg here. So, yeah, just good to be in Frederic. I'm actually seeing some of the players from the regional championship game here tonight. It's good to see them. I've seen Hathaway, I've seen Chanel. So it's good to definitely see some of them folks here, which it was a glorious run here a few years ago, which we did talk about that quite a bit. Definitely nestled in a good home here in Frederic. Like I said, just love being in here and announcing, and glad to be back in the gym here tonight on a different type of setup, right? We're right behind the bench. You can see me on the huddle right behind the bench. But we're bringing to you all the action here, all the action. Like I said, Grantsburg and Frederic, no matter how it goes, just need to get some momentum going, right? They don't play for another week, right? They got that Tuesday bye. Grantsburg, I can't remember where they're ranked in their division. Frederic's the 4th seed. They will play Solon Springs. Now we got the 50-50 here tonight, which I got tickets in my pocket. We'll see what happens here. Doing it be set 2 and 3. We're on our second set here right now. Just both sides getting going. And Meg Harmon will start us off here in set 2. So waiting for the whistle, a few things getting situated. And everybody's ready. Woman on the floor, woman on the ladder, checking everything. A little bit of debris on the court. Could have been from a disgruntled fan after set 1, we're not sure. Either way, here we go. Sending one over. Hansford, who's now joined us here tonight, as Nick rides the tightrope there. Not gonna go, so talking with Coach Rob here before the game, Hansford had herself a little incident there, so she's working her back into the game here. Good to see her back on the court here tonight. Harmon sending one over. Hansford, good pass as Gingras pops one over. Now here comes the Louisville Slugger going out in left field, and that is out of bounds, as now Frederic will get the ball here as Chanel will come in, Nelson will go out, and we will see Rommel in for Gingras. And it will be Chanel will be back on the serving station. Chanel sends one over. Brzezinski sideways pop up to Harmon. Now coming right back to Brzezinski. Brzezinski with the swing, and it will trickle down on Frederic's side as Ringo will come in for Henderson, and Eden Berkman will be back to serve it here for Grantsburg. Sending one over. Nick. Chanel able to pop one up off the net and over. Harmon setting that one right on the backside of Ringo. Olsen hits one over. Now Chanel over to Wooten. Wooten with the swing. Now Olsen sending up. Oh, nice job there by Nick. Good hustle there by Jaden Nick as now Ringo sets one over. Nick's right there. Can they play it off the net? No. And Nick's just kind of don't get much time, get up off the floor, and she's right back at it. And we will see Berkman back again here as Grantsburg up early 3-1 in set 2. Berkman has a whistle, and she'll send one. Fournette pops it up. Hansford calls for it. Now here comes Rommel with the left-handed floater. Now here comes Harmon giving it to Ringo. Ringo able to jump up and get that one. Now Fournette going over to Rommel. Rommel hits one over. Now here comes Ringo over to Harmon. Now and what do we, we're calling Grantsburg in the net. Starting our fishing trip early here as Grantsburg going into the net. As you see the businessman shouting out his Frederic orders there, and here comes Wooten. Wooten sends a good one. Now here comes Harmon. Harmon with a two-hander. Onus and Nick going for it. Hansford cleaning up the back row. Chanel, two-hand drill, one over. Now Harmon coming over to Ringo. Ringo left-handed. Nick's right there. Now Chanel backside. Now she gives a two-hand over. Now Piper Olsen, who she sent up. Brzezinski with an awkward swing. Good ring. Now here comes Onus, has to reposition, gets one over. Now Ringo puts one up at the, and we had ourselves a lift there. The pass went deep into the net. Harmon with the lift. You saw Onus have to readjust there. She did a nice job to get spun around and get that over. As Maggie Wooten now back in the serving station, and she sends a good one over. Berkman digging that one up off the floor. Bielen as Ringo hits one over, and that is out. We're going cross court with it, and Frederic now in the lead here in set 2, 4-3. Wooten sends a good one over. Brzezinski going to the fan base here. And nice job there by Wooten as she gets the ace, ace, ace chant. This is what Frederic needs to get going here. Little momentum boost. Grantsburg with a couple shanks, and oh my goodness. Wooten going deep on that one. Yeah, she looks for herself there as that one went far. As she will go out, and Brzezinski will be back to serve it here as she sends one over. And that is, oh my. Well, you're going to say that because you're on the Frederic side. I don't know. But either way, Frederic's going to get it back. That was in. Yeah, here we go as Nick has the ball. We're still on that. Last one is under replay as Nick sends one over. Berkman right there. Now here comes Kowalik over to Ringo, and Ringo will put that one into the box that scores points. And who is back to serve here as Moore and Olsen come in. As we see some definitely awkward dancing on Grantsburg's side. Moore sending one over. Onus going to Fournette. Now Chanel has to hit one over. She does. Good swing there by her. Now Bielen pops one up. Moore's got a two-hand one over. Onus is right there. Who wants it? Chanel. Oh, not in the net. We're like baby chicks in the net there, Frederic is. Kind of doing the walking, running into each other here. We got to get in position. Moore has her whistle. Now coming over with it. Onus pops one up to Chanel. Now coming over here to Estelle, and Estelle will go in the locker room. Moore. Up and over. Nix right there. Chanel hunts it down. Now going tip side, backside to Estelle. Estelle gets it over. Przinski. Now Moore gives it to Ringo. And look out, Jada Nick. Here it comes. Ruby Ringo putting some heat on that one. Moore still at the serving station as Grantsburg has now pulled ahead 8-6. Moore sending one over. Jada popping one up. Chanel now going on the near side to and you got to swing, Rommel. You got to swing. Yep, she's saying it was low. Got to adjust here. That's all right. Moore sending one over. Nick popping one up. Chanel going up high. Oh, who wants it? Who's going to call for it? Who wants it? Timeout called there by Lil Hog. Right, anytime we start seeing the confusion of who's going to get the ball and nobody goes for it, yep. Coach Rob taking a wise timeout here to pull him in tight and ask him what is going on out there, right? Because you got to go for it. Grantsburg starting out a little slow, a couple shanks, Shankopotamusville, but they're back on top here 10-6, taking the first set. Those of you just joining us here, yeah, we are in beautiful Frederic, Wisconsin, as Grantsburg and Frederic ending their regular season here tonight, and they will get in playoff mode for next week. Like I mentioned before, both teams with a Tuesday bye, and they will both be at their home gym Thursday. Like I said, Frederic will be aired. We will be back in the Mez and Grantsburg announcing on that playoff matchup here, but we'll see how this fares as Frederic calling the timeout, trying to get the girls settled back down and knowing which way they're supposed to be here. Moore waiting for the whistle, and she has it. Sends one over. Jada now to Chanel. Chanel going up high to Rommel. Rommel with the swing blocked, but Chanel's right there. Now Grantsburg's going to work with it. Now over to Ringo. She floats one. Nick's right there. Oh, blocked at the net. Chet's right there. They wanted to call the net. Nothing there. Now Onus has to. Oh, and they're going to get Grantsburg tickling the net there. We got ourselves a net tickler, but not off a serve as Ringo got her fingers caught up in the net. And we will see Rommel come out as Gingras will come in to serve. And we will see Nelson coming in for Chanel. Gingras sending a good one over. Berkman backpedaling. Moore, she's got to go get it. Now going near side to Olsen. Nick's right there. Now here comes Gingras over to Estelle. Estelle with the swing, but a good block there by Grantsburg. We've seen Ringo and Presley Olsen up at the net there. And we will see Lily Henderson come in. Now Ringo back to serve. Sends a floater over. Nick pops one up. Can they get it? Oh, you can play that. Jada Nick going for it there. Able to hit it, but put one in the net.
Girls got this.
Now here comes Ringo sending one back. Nick popping one up. Gingras hunting for it. Now here comes Nelson. Nelson with the swing. Ringo back row. Now here comes mid-range Przinski, and that's a good swing, but that is out. Sela went up and got some, but just went out as Wooten will come back in. And here comes Frenette, sending a good one over. Henderson. Now Przinski, little give and go. Henderson with the floater. Gingras is right there. Now Nelson, who does she want? She's coming over to Estelle, and Estelle able to adjust. Now Moore, who does she want? Here come the far side, Olsen, and Olsen put one in the net.
Keep it up, girls. Keep it up.
Frederic now sitting 12-9 down to Grantsburg here. They're still in this set two here. As Frenette now coming back with another one. Good serve there by her. Przinski, good pop-up. Here comes Henderson with the floater. Estelle able to give it up to Gingras. And Estelle, oh, we got Estelle. Estelle going with the rainbow back line tickle. As, yeah, you don't have to swing hard sometimes. Just find the box that rocks there, and Estelle landing it right there as here comes Frenette firing another one. Now here comes Moore. Now coming in the middle to Bielen. Fournette right there to clean up the back. Gingras, now who does she want here? Going with Rainbow Estelle. And Estelle, can Berkman hustle? Nice job. Estelle knocking one over, but Berkman hustling, going right into the bleachers there, into the chairs. As Frederic only down by 1 here right now. Fournette firing a rocket over. Przinski going backside. Apparently Przinski wanted to get in on the 50-50 raffle because that's where she went. And Fournette is feeling it here right now. Few good serves at this game is knotted up 12 apiece here in set 2. If you're just joining us, Grantsburg got the first one, but Frederic putting some stuff together here in set 2 is Fournette with a floater attack and able to get it to work there. And Fournette will do the shimmy, shimmy, ace, ace, shake there. As now Frederic has pulled back out on top. And too much shimmying as Frederic puts one in the net. Now here comes Bryn Christofferson for the first time tonight. Nora Bielen will take a seat, and Bryn will be back to serve it here for Grantsburg. Bryn has the whistle, and she will send a far one over, but Nick gets it. Nelson now over to Wooten. Wooten with a floater. Berkman gets it. Moore pops it up. Przinski position swings. Nick's right there off the net. Now Gingras coming over to Estelle. Estelle fires one back. Przinski's right there. Now Moore with a two-hander! And Moore able to sneak one right in there. Right in front of the line judges. Fournette dove for it. Grantsburg almost penalized for the dancing they do out there as Christofferson now sends a good one over. Fournette up to Gingras. Now here comes in over Chanel. Chanel fires one, and that's it. Oh, no! Oh, gosh. I mean, they're a lot closer than I am. That looked into me. But I don't know. She called it out, and Christofferson will keep it going. Over. Wooten. Now Gingras going right back to Wooten. Wooten with the swing. Good job there by her. Now here comes Moore. Oh, donut hole! Right? You heard Coach Shakenberg say that earlier this season. Oh, we're trying to get a rooftop call. Rob wants a rooftop call. He can't believe it. Nothing there. I don't know what the terminology is. I just call it rooftop. Here we go. Gingras now going in on the near side of Chanel. Chanel gets one over. Oh, Berkman going the wrong way with it. Moore with the hustle. Olsen able to bring one back. Now Nelson up to Gingras. Now here comes Chanel on the far side! And that is a hell of a swing there by Estelle Chanel. We saw her rainbow, and Estelle getting a piece of that one. Nice job there by her. As now Hansford will be back to serve it here for Frederic. Like I said, working her back in the groove here. As she sends, oh, and Berkman going flat tire with it. And Hansford gets herself an ace. Just a light dance, nothing too serious. Just a light shimmy there by Hansford, and here comes Hansford again. Berkman popping it up that time. Moore coming all the way across as Olsen sends it right there. Hansford now up to Gingras. Gingras with a two-hand floater. Oh, and they're going to call her. Yeah, they're going to call her on a two-hitter. They're going to call her on a two-banger right there as Piper Olsen and Harmon come in. 17-15. This one's a close match here. Now here comes Harmon sending one over. Hansford popping it up. Here comes Gingras. Who does she want? Nick. And Nick not able to get it up and over. Even if she would have got it up a little bit, would have been blocked. Harmon sending one. Hansford, good pass up to Gingras. Now coming over here to Nick. Nick getting Berkman up off the hoop, but Christofferson's right there. Przinski over. Wooten now up to Gingras. Who do they want? Near side to Nelson. Nelson with a good swing, but Christofferson with the dig. And Frederic's going to get it as Grantsburg can't play it off the net. We will now see Chanel and Rommel come in. And Chanel will be back to serve it here for Frederic. And she sends a good one over. Przinski's right there. Harmon going far side, or near far side to Henderson. Now Rommel has to hit it over. Does southpaw. Grantsburg able to dig that one out, get it over. Frederic's going to have one to work with here. Now they're going on the near side of Rommel. Rommel swinging into the net. 19-16 now as Ringo will come back in and Berkman will be back to serve. Berkman sends one over. Nick's right there. Chanel goes, gets it. Now coming in on the far side to Rommel, and that is out of bounds. So Berkman will keep it going here. She has her whistle, 20-16. Nick, now to Chanel, going right back up to Rommel. Rommel sends it over. Ringo or Olsen get a piece of it. Oh, and a put back there by Wooten. Now, Nick's right there. Can they get another little two-hander? Good hustle there by Nick. Is she all right? Yeah, she's all right. We kind of just went two-hander, like a little two-hand high fives there. And that one goes out of bounds, and Berkman will keep it going here as the 50-50 raffle is getting set to take place as Berkman sends it over. Nick, now to Chanel, now going in on over to Wooten. Wooten gets one over. Berkman gets it. Christopherson, they got to hit it over. We got a free one here as Hansford with the dig. Get out of the way, and here comes Rommel. Rommel with the good swing. Now it's back over. Frenette's right there. Frederic's kind of almost running into one another. Now here's Nick. Christopherson's right there. Now here comes Harmon giving it over to Przinski. And Hansford able to pop one up. Now Chanel over to Wooten. Wooten, she floats one. Christopherson's right there. Now Harmon going in on the far side to Olsen. Good job there by Chanel. Hansford able to readjust. Frenette hits one over. Christopherson, oh, flat tires it right there. And nice job there by Frederic. Hell of a job by Hansford to readjust her. One thing Frederic's doing is almost having themselves an old demo derby out there. Half the girls are almost running into one another. But Frederic able to pull that one out as they sit 17-21. And Wooten will send a high riser over. Harmon now over to Ringo. Ringo will put one down. 22-17. Sayla Przinski back to serve it. Przinski up and over. Hansford, good up, stare to Chanel. Now here come Nick with a two-hander over. Berkman with the dig. Harmon's right there. Here comes Olsen. And Hansford not able to recover from that one. I think Frederic was kind of thinking that it was going to land on Grantsburg's side, but Piper Olsen able to give it a smack here. 23-17 now. Grantsburg in the driver's seat of set two here. Over. Frenette and Hansford and Onus collide. And like I said, that's the things we got to work on here. Who wants it? Who wants it? Who's going to get it? Let them get it. All right, do the recovery. But right now the girls are diving into one another as Grantsburg's looking for it here. Frenette up to Chanel. Nick calls for it. Two hands it over. Bielen's right there. Now here comes Harmon. Harmon going on the far side. Olsen. And Olsen hits it out. And Frederic hanging on here. As Hansford comes out, as Estelle Chanel comes in. And Nick will be back to serve it here right now. Oh, Nick was going to hit it before the whistle. She gets it now. Good serve there by her. Berkman, Przinski, we're all over the place here. Harmon hits it over, donut hole! As Grantsburg's gonna win and set two on the donut hole right there, 25-18. But we are seeing some life out of Frederic here. And we will start the 50-50 as I'm gonna pull my tickets out. Hey, could you pick one of these? Excuse me, miss, could you pick one of these numbers?
Oh, I don't know if I can fit.
All right, kind of making them a little nervous here, but that's all right. It's 50-50 draw. We'll see what happens. Well, that is not anywhere close to this. Yes, and we have it all right there. Yes, nice job by that man there for 126. Good job, a little kickback right there. Yeah, it's always good if they read the number, right? Yeah. Good job there by that man as he's donating himself. He kept it 20 because he's got to go to the gas station later. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, you want to hang on to these tickets for me? All right, good job. Yeah, there we go. Don't have to throw them away here right now. Yeah, we will get ready to start set 3. As some people are moving around, maybe getting something to drink. Yeah, it's Frederick's got one of the best concession stands here, I'm telling you. Real walking tacos, I mean, are you kidding me? Plus pizza, plus noodles. Yeah, you can't beat it here. Popcorn, yeah, they got everything. So Grantsburg on the court here, sitting on a 2-0 lead. Frederick still talking things over. I mean, Frederick's showing amazing grit here. All right, but a few OBs and a few in the nets there, and it adds up quickly here for Grantsburg. And now Frederick's on the court, and we'll see what happens here in set 3. Like I said, my Coach of the Year award goes to Rob. Best dressed coach in the conference here right now, as you see Frederick trying to cool themselves off. It is a little toasty here in the Frederick gym. There's no doubt about it. As we are getting everything ready, and Frederick will start us off. And here we go. Chanel sending one over. Krasinski popping it up in the air. Now here comes Henderson. Yeah, she's able to get it over. And a little confusion. Chanel calls for it. Now Wooten hits it over. Oh, donut hole. That ain't going to work for you in the playoffs there, as Grantsburg's got to get things going here. And Chanel will hit it back over. Chanel sends a rocket over as Krasinski. Now up to Harmon. Hey, Brian, how you doing, sir? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Brian Snyder, an old 99 classmate right there. Good to see him. I didn't catch him on the first time, as Grantsburg's able to get the ball there. And it'll be in Henderson's hands here right now. Henderson sending it over. Nick. Now Chanel popping it up here as Rommel gets a piece of it, sends one over. Now Harmon going over to Piper Olsen. Piper able to slug one down. And Henderson will keep us going here in set 3 early on. Henderson. Now here comes Nick, hits one. Oh. And now I thought we were going to call under the net as Gabby gets a piece of it up there and Nick gets it over. And now Maggie Wooten will be back to serve it here for Frederick. Wooten sending a good one over. Berkman. Harmon has to go get it. Now here comes Ringo. Ringo up at the net, and that will belong to Frederick. Wooten back again as Frederick pulled out here early in set 3. Wooten sending a good one over there. Berkman now to Harmon. Now coming over to Krasinski. Krasinski blocked at the net. And we had Onus and Rommel in on that one, as that's a nice block there, as Wooten will keep it going. Wooten sending a high riser over. And that will go out of bounds. As Brzezinski will be now back to serve it here for Grantsburg. As she sends one over. Gabby right there. Now Nick. We got to hit it over here. Onus does. Brzezinski up to Harmon. Who do they want here? And the Louisville Slugger, but a good dig there by Gabby. Now here comes Onus. Brzezinski. Now Harmon. Who does she want this time? Going near side to Bielen. Bielen blocked at the net. Now Harmon going right back to Piper Olsen. And Piper Olsen splitting Chanel and Gabby in the back row. And Brzezinski making this 4-4. And she goes with a floater. Nick's right there, but we're not able to play it out of the net. And getting the ace, ace, ace chant here. As Brzezinski fires one into the net. I'll say that for Grantsburg. I believe that's their first one into the net tonight, so they've done a good job with that. As we see Piper Olsen coming out for Avery Kwolek. And Jada Nick will be back to serve it here. Nick sending one. Brzezinski now coming over to Ringo. Ringo able to get it over, but nice job by Frederic. Now Harmon going over to Bielen. Bielen! And good job there by Fournette, but Frederic not able to execute. And we will see Hansford coming back in. Then Avery Kwolek will be back to serve. Kwolek firing one over. Hansford up to Chanel. Now over here to Estelle. Estelle getting a piece of it over. Now Kwolek going over up on the near side to Bielen. Bielen able to power one over through Frederic. And Grantsburg now sits 7-5. Avery Kwolek keeping the serve here for Grantsburg. Sends a far one over. That might have been out, but Hansford gets it. And Chanel with a rocket over. Now Kwolek having it over to Burton. Burton hits it over. Rommel going backside. Now coming up top to Chanel. And Estelle Chanel hitting it, but it went OB. Thought Berkman was going to bite. And Kwolek now back to serve it still for Grantsburg. Sends one over, and Onus not able to get down and get it. Sometimes you got to get on the floor and make it happen. So Kwolek rattling off a few here. And she will send one out of bounds. And we will see Gingras and Nelson coming in here. And Gingras back to serve it here for the Vikings. And she sends a rocket over. Moore now coming in right back to Bielen. Bielen, good dig there by Hansford. Now Moore. And they're calling Frederic in the net. Yeah, kind of a later call there. Frederic in the net, and it will be Ruby Ringo back to serve it here now. And Ringo sending a good one over. Hansford right there to Gingras. Now coming in mid-range to Chanel. And Chanel fires one into the net. And Ringo still back to serve. Ringo over as Fournette goes into the Camel crowd. So 12-6 here. Frederic's got to get a little momentum going here. Kind of shanking a couple here as now Ringo sends one over. Fournette now feeding it up at the net. And Burton jumping up and getting fed tonight at the net. And timeout is called by Coach Lilhog. So nice job there by the Pirates as Frederic's just got to get down and dig deep. They had a good set two and they had really good things in set one. So we'll see how they come out. Like I said, Frederic's biggest deal is just hitting a few into the net, right? They're just kind of giving Grantsburg some points. You saw Burton with a good hit there at the net, but they kind of fed her like that. Anytime you get fed at the net, you know, you should be ready for that. We call them meatballs back in Grantsburg, courteous of Stacy Coy. And Carly just got herself a meatball here. As Grantsburg looking good here, rolling into next Thursday. Like I said, a few things to work on. We kind of went shanking backwards with a few, not really used to that. But we'll see here as Ringo will keep it going as we sit 13-6. And we'll see how Frederic does here out of the timeout. Ruby sends one over. Frenette. Oh, almost. Can they dig it on net? Good job there by Frederic. Now here comes Moore. Going in over to Henderson. Henderson floating over. Frenette's right there. Now Gingras going right back up to Estelle. Estelle gets it over. And Burton kind of going backside flip. I think that might have went over. I don't know. Getting a little trickery up there. And Ringo will keep it going as Grantsburg with a large lead here in set 3 of 14-6. Over. Hansford, Onus. Now coming over here to Nelson. Nelson with a good swing. Now Moore going mid-range of Przinski, and Przinski will send that one long. Thought Hansford was going to get a piece of it, but she let her go. And we will see Frenette back to serve it here for Frederic. She sends a good one over there. Henderson's right there. Now Moore going into Burton. Burton with the swat. Hansford come flying in out of the back row. Now here comes Chanel. And Chanel able to sit one over. It's got to be the hot pink shoes of Estelle Chanel. Absolutely. Chanel, when she gets a piece of it there, it's looking good. And she's jacked up to as much as she should be. You betcha. Here we go. Frenette. Przinski. Now Moore. Who does Moore want? Near side to Henderson. And, oh, partially blocked at the net. Wooten, good dig out there on her. Now here comes hot pink. And then Berkman to Bielen. Now Henderson's got a two-handed over. Hansford's right there. Gingras hunting for it. She gives it a little palm over. And now Henderson going over to Bielen. Bielen with a swing! And Bielen with a hit! And Bielen with a point. And 15-8 here. Bielen now back to serve it here for Grantsburg. Sends one over. Wooten right there. Who wants it? Yeah, that's another. Frederic's going to have to clean that up. Who's going to get it? Somebody just put out an arm and hit it. Bielen firing one over. And Hansford flat tiring one there. And Bielen, 17-8 here now. Bielen over. Hansford popping it up. Gingras gets it. Going up on the near side to Chanel. Moore popping it up to Henderson. Now going over to Przinski. And Przinski going out with it. And we will see Nick and Gabby come in for Chanel and Hansford, I believe. And we will see Anderson coming in for Przinski. And Gabby will be back to serve it here for Frederic. Gabby up and over. Good serve there by Gabby. Now Moore giving it to Taylor. Taylor with a two-hand over. Now Gingras. He's going in on the near side to Nelson. Nelson with the swing. Now Moore two hands it back. Frenette pops it up. Who wants it? Yeah, they start looking, getting confused. Nick able to get it over. Now here comes Moore. Henderson, she's got to go fairy dust with it, floating it back. Gingras now putting one back up there. Moore now coming over. Who wants it? Patton does. Who's going to get it here? Anderson. Anderson with a good two-hander. Gingras with an, or Nelson with it. Yeah. And that volley there was two-hand, two-hand, two-hand the whole way, both sides, right? A little shimmy shake there with a chest push. And Gabby will send another good serve here, hopefully. The last one was a rocket, and this one is no different. Anderson now to Moore. Moore coming over to Henderson. Henderson getting it for net, going backside with it. And we will see Harmon come in for Burton and Piper Olsen for Moore. 18-10, and the ball is in Harmon's hand. Harmon sending one over. Gabby Now to Gingras, coming in on the far side to Nick. Nick blocked at the net. Can they dig it out? Oh, no. Good block there by Grantsburg as we now sit 19-10 here. And Harmon, will she stay at that station or not? And that is out. Well, eat my words on that one. Harmon with the Wheaties this morning sends that one OB. Chanel coming in along with Rommel. Chanel over, Patton up to, here comes Henderson. She hits one over. Rommel, oh, someone's getting fed there. As Henderson, who is not usually aggressive, but she's a smart play at the net. That's something you definitely cannot do with Henderson. She's not going to be a big swinger, but she's strategic there at the net with the two-hand dump. And she is back to serve as she sends one over. Gabby. Oh, Chanel with a good pop up there, and we're not able to get it over. And Frederic now looking at a 21-11 deficit here in set 3. Grantsburg with a 2-0 lead. Henderson over. Gabby pops it up. Now Chanel. Who does she want here? Rommel with the swing. Rommel will put that one into the net. (22-11) now. We'll see if Henderson will roll this one out. She sends one over. Nick pops it up. Chanel has got to fight it at the net, and she can't. Walking the tightrope under the net was Chanel. And Grantsburg needing 2 more here for game, set, match. Henderson over. Gabby calling for it. Chanel's got to go get it. Now we got to hit it back, and Wooten's not able to. And here we go. Game, set, match point in Henderson's hand. And no, they're going with the sweep. They're going with the sweep chant. And here comes Chanel. Now coming over to Rommel. Rommel with the swing. Henderson pops it back. Here comes Harmon over to Anderson. And Anderson able to end it here in set 3 with the swing. And that'll do it here tonight as Grantsburg with the 3-0 sweep over Frederic. As Frederic definitely showing some great moments, but too much into the net. And that'll do it here. And we hear the Frederic chant here right now. Nice job. As the stylish man himself, Rob Lilhog, dressed for success. Some even might have called him a pimp here tonight. We're not quite sure. But that'll do it here. Chase, nice job, buddy.